Hello and welcome to the training. Hey, look, I just want to control your expectations here. Just a quick saying, you can make $10,000 a month within 90 days. That's possible, but a lot of people won't do that. The thing I want you to know is if you're really trying to do this and after 90 days you aren't making any money at all or you're not making any headway, I need you to contact me at my email address admin@onlinewealth.com and just say, hey Ray, I'm not getting anywhere here, so what's going on, and I'm going to help you. Okay, so with that said, what I want you to do now, we're going to pick a domain name. This is the first thing that you have to do if you're going to have any kind of business. I don't care if it's a brick and mortar business, if you're a health coach, if you're a mechanic, if you're a handyman, if you're an online marketer. Everybody needs a domain name, and you're not going to get around this if you want to do anything on the internet. And right now, if you're even a brick and mortar business, you have to be on the internet. Okay, this is the only way this works. So we're going to create a domain name. Now, a lot of people stress over this and they agonize over it and they think too much about it. I mean, creating a domain name is nothing more than your address online. For instance, I have a website for my handyman business called Connecticut Handyman Services. I just came up with that out of the blue, but there's ways that you can find domain names if you're not sure, what you want to do. And so I'm going to show you some of the tools that you can use. Just remember that these tools are going to try to guide you towards different registrars and so on and so forth. You don't have to purchase the domain name. All you want to do is find out if it's available. And then in tomorrow's training or the next day, whenever I get the next recording out there, we're actually going to use that domain name to apply to a hosting account. So finding a domain name doesn't cost you anything. So here we go. So I'm going to send you to my desktop now and we're going to look for domain names. Okay, the first place we're going to start here is Namecheap.com. Now, Namecheap.com is a domain registrar. And I recommend, if you ever want to buy domain names, to sign up for a free account for Namecheap. I don't have any affiliations with Namecheap, but I've been using Namecheap for years. Why? Because it's cheap. Any other registrar is going to charge you twice as much for a domain name than if you buy it here. Okay, so with that said, you're going to start here to look for a domain name. And I'm just going to put in there because I have a handyman service. Maybe you're a health coach. So you want the domain name healthcoach.com. So if you go and look for the domain name, it's not available. Well, it is available if you make an offer, but it's going to be lots of money. You can also go down here and check and see if there's any other TLDs like .me, .io. There's no .org, there's no .net, there's no . These are all TLDs that you don't want. You want to try to get a .com domain. That's what you want to try to get. So you can try fooling around with I just wonder why my thing is, it's at 67. Okay. So you can try fooling around with the spelling of this if you want to. You could put in different spellings for coach, whatever, trying to find a domain name. Another way that you could look for domain name is go to this website here, impossibility.org. As you can see, I was trying some other stuff here. So if you're a coach, say, and you want to add anything, you can add verbs, noun, adjectives. Let's try an adjective at the beginning of the word, and you just click on search. So it's going to give you all of the available .coms, and it's all going to be registered at GoDaddy. So GoDaddy is fueling this domain name generator, hoping you buy the domain name through them. Don't buy it through them because GoDaddy charges you for everything. If you want a WordPress site, if you want to have access to your cPanel, they charge you for everything. So don't even think. Just see if the domain name that you want is in this list someplace, okay? And you could either, do other searches. Verbs. You can search, see what kind of verbs come up. Sup, coach. Wow, who's got first coach, inch coach. There's actually some pretty good ones here. The firstcoach.com is pretty cool. So, you can do. So once you find a domain name, so firstcoach.com. So if you go back to Namecheap here and you just type in first coach, firstcoach.com. Oh, that's a premium name, I guess. And see, this is what you want to check. Yeah, it's available for $6,065. So if you went to GoDaddy, they're going to try to get you to pay $6,065 for this domain name. So of course it's available, but you got to pay a big price for it. So again, and I guess let's try Plow Coach, PLOW Coach. I'm just going to do a few of these so you get the idea. So you put in plow. And now this one's available. And this is how much it costs you per year for a domain name with Namecheap. When we get to hosting, if you want to, because when you get your first hosting account, they're going to give you a domain name for free for the first year. But just know that after the next year, when you have to re-register that domain name again, it's going to cost you twice as much as what you're going to pay here at Namecheap. So you can buy the domain here at Namecheap, and then I will show you how you can point it towards your hosting account, or you can wait, and when we get to the hosting part, you can just put it in your hosting account. You can see it's available. So you could do that. So just keep track of the domain name, keep it somewhere. And when we get to the hosting account tomorrow, then you could just type it in there. Or like I say, I will show you how to put it in there. Anyway, so if that didn't work for you, there's another website called namemesh.com. And, I put in handyman in here. And you could use whatever registrar that you want to track, but it doesn't matter if you use Bluehost, if you use domain.com, DreamHost, whatever. Notice they don't have Namecheap in here. So anyway, you can just put your name in there. You can generate, and you can look at some of the things that they recommend for you or they come up with. Or you can, put in another name. You could... there's so many ways to find domain names, and I wouldn't stress too much over it. Just find a domain name for whatever business that you want to start. Now make sure that, say you want to be a coach, you want to drill down. Do you want to be a health coach? Do you want to be a fitness training coach? Do you want to be, what kind of coach do you want to be? So you got to drill down. If you're in the health niche, are you in the health niche for helping 30-year-old males, for instance? So when you're picking your domain name, think about the niche that you want to get into. So anyway, pick your domain name, and don't forget to look for my email. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a few days before I send out another email about web hosting. Okay, so you got time, check out for a domain name, and I'll see you in the next video.